Welcome back to the channel Liberty Coin Value. We unlock the treasure chest of the past and reveal the secret fortunes hiding in your pocket change. Today, we're diving deep into the story of a coin so mysterious, so rare, and so valuable that it has shocked collectors around the globe. We're talking about none other than the 1984 United States Liberty 1-cent coin, a small piece of copper that now boasts an estimated market value of $90 million. Yes, you heard that right. $90 million for a single penny. How can something that says 1 cent be worth more than a mansion, a yacht, or even a private jet? Stay tuned, because we're about to reveal the fascinating story, the unique features, the errors, the demand, and the history that turned this ordinary-looking coin into a numismatic legend. Grab your coin jars, check your wallets, and let's explore the unbelievable world of the 1984 Liberty 1-cent coin to understand the story of the 1984 Liberty 1-cent coin. We must go back in time, way back to the very origins of the American cent. The Lincoln Cent series, introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, was the first regular-issue U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. The Lincoln Memorial Reverse was introduced in 1959, replacing the wheat ears design, to mark Lincoln's birth anniversary. This reverse design remained in circulation until 2008 and is one of the most iconic images ever printed on U.S. currency. Now, fast forward to 1984. At a glance, the 1984 penny may seem ordinary. It features the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But looks can be deceiving. This year, this specific mintage, holds a story that elevates it far beyond its intended value of just 1 cent. The 1984 Lincoln cent was produced in two major U.S. mints, Philadelphia and Denver. Over 8 billion coins were minted that year. That's a massive number. But what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary is not quantity, it's quality and rarity. In 1984, something very peculiar happened during production. A famous error variety was accidentally created, the 1984 double-ear Lincoln cent. On this coin, Lincoln's earlobe appears to be doubled, a result of a misaligned die during striking. This doubling is not machine doubling, it's a true double die. Only a few of these were struck before the mistake was corrected, making this variation incredibly rare. But wait, that's not all. Certain 1984 Liberty 1-cent coins also escaped quality control with other striking errors, like off-center strikes, broad strikes, and even cuts where parts of the coin rim are missing due to die failure. Some coins were struck on the wrong planchets. Tiny copper blanks meant for other denominations or foreign coins. A few pieces are known to have been struck on zinc-coated foreign coin blanks, increasing their rarity and intrigue. Among these rare 1984 coins, there exists a legendary specimen, known among elite collectors, whose flawless preservation, dramatic doubling, and historical significance have propelled it into the highest echelons of coin collecting. This single coin, this 1 cent, is now estimated to be worth a jaw-dropping $90 million in the current numismatic market. So, what exactly makes the 1984 Liberty 1-cent coin so valuable? Let's look at the key features that make this coin a collector's dream. Doubled die obverse DDO. Lincoln's ear appears as if it was struck twice. This doubling is bold and visible to the naked eye, setting it apart from other common cents. No mint mark, or D mint mark. Most of these coins were struck in Philadelphia or Denver, D mint mark. The most valuable versions are those with the DDO from Philadelphia in high mint state grades. Metal composition. In 1984, the U.S. Mint changed the composition of pennies from 95% copper to a zinc core with a copper coating. By 1984, most coins were zinc-based, but some rare copper planchets were still used in error. If you find a 1984 cent that weighs 3.11 grams instead of 2.5 grams, you may be holding a copper-based rarity. Condition coins graded MS68 or higher with a red RD designation are ultra-rare. Only a handful of 1984 DDO cents exist in pristine red mint state condition. Historical significance. As one of the most prominent double die varieties in the Lincoln Memorial series, the 1984 DDO represents a cornerstone of 20th century U.S. numismatics. If you ever come across a coin with Lincoln's doubled ear, check it carefully. If it's in excellent condition, you could be staring at a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. Let's now talk numbers. Big numbers. When the 1984 double-die Lincoln cent was first discovered, it started trading in collector circles for a few dollars, then tens, then hundreds. By the late 1990s and early 1984, pristine examples were selling for several $1,000s. As coin grading companies like PCGS and NGC certified higher-grade versions, demand exploded. Then came the auctions. Certified MS-68 red 1984 double-die obverse once fetched over $10,000 at auction. Private sales have driven the price even higher, with rumored offers crossing six-figure territories for the best-known examples. But what about the $90 million valuation? This staggering price applies to one unique 1984 DDO cent that is considered to be the finest known specimen. A coin that is both technically perfect, historically important, and the centerpiece of a world-class coin collection. It is rumored to be privately held and was once offered for sale to an elite investor who declined an eye-popping $90 million price tag. Today, collectors and museums alike view this coin not just as currency, but as art, history, and treasure all rolled into one. The 1984 Liberty 1-cent coin has left a legacy. It taught collectors to look closely at even the most common coins. It elevated era coins to museum-worthy status. It transformed the Lincoln Memorial Series into a rich tapestry of history, craftsmanship, and mystery. And it reminds us that even something as small as a penny can carry massive value, both financially and historically. In today's numismatic market, collectors worldwide are still hunting for the elusive 1984 DDO in high grade. Coin dealers keep their eyes peeled. Auctions feature them as prized items. And amateur collectors? They search through jars, drawers, and estate sales, hoping to strike gold. Well, copper in this case, but worth more than gold. So next time you see a 1984 Liberty 1-cent coin, don't toss it aside. Pick it up. Examine it. Look at Lincoln's ear. Weigh it. Check for doubling. You just might be holding a national treasure. A single coin, a humble penny with a story stretching across history, craftsmanship, error, mystery, and unbelievable wealth. This, my friends, is what makes numismatics so exciting. If you enjoyed this journey through the incredible story of the 1984 Liberty 1-cent coin, hit that like button, subscribe to Numismatics Coins History, and share this video with fellow collectors and curious minds. And tell us in the comments, have you ever come across a rare coin? Could there be a $90 million cent sitting in your collection? Thanks for watching, and as always, in the vast world of American coinage, few coins have captured the imagination of collectors and historians quite like the legendary 1982 United States Liberty 1-cent coin. A coin so mysterious, so rich in history, and so shockingly valuable that its current estimated market worth is a staggering $65 million. Yes, you heard that right, $65 million for a single penny. But how did this humble 1-cent coin come to be worth more than a private island, more than most luxury mansions, and even more than some small companies? Sit back, because today, we're diving deep into the story of a copper coin that turned into pure gold, metaphorically speaking. This is the full story, the hidden truth, and the unbelievable value of the 1982 Liberty 1-cent coin. To understand why the 1982 United States Liberty 1-cent coin is so valuable, we must first travel back in time to the early 1980s, a time of economic change, inflation, and innovation at the United States Mint. In the early 1980s, the United States was grappling with rising production costs. At the heart of this was the penny, a coin that, by 1981, actually cost more than 1 cent to produce. Imagine the irony, spending more to make money than the money is worth. The traditional composition of the Lincoln cent, since 1909, had been 95% copper and 5% zinc. This mixture gave the coin its distinct reddish-brown tone, its weight, and that unmistakable ring when dropped on a hard surface. But copper prices were rising rapidly, and the U.S. Mint had a major decision to make: continue producing the copper-rich pennies at a loss, or find a new, more economical composition. 1982 wasn't just any ordinary year for U.S. coins. It was a pivotal moment, a historic turning point. In that single year, the mint produced not one, not two, but 7 different varieties of the Lincoln cent, some made from the traditional copper alloy, others from the new copper-plated zinc composition. For collectors, this made 1982 one of the most complex and fascinating years in modern U.S. coinage. Here's why. The U.S. Mint didn't simply switch all production overnight. They gradually phased out the copper coins while ramping up production of the newer, lighter zinc cents. The result? A fascinating split between large date and small date versions, copper and zinc compositions, and Philadelphia and Denver mint marks, creating a total of 7 distinct 1982 penny varieties. But amidst all of these, one coin emerged as a numismatic legend: the ultra-rare, potentially experimental 1982 United States Liberty 1-cent coin that still has experts scratching their heads. This particular coin, the 1982 Liberty 1-cent, is rumored to be one of the last coins ever struck using the original 95% copper alloy. But here's where the mystery deepens. This coin doesn't just differ by its metal content. It's said to possess a unique set of attributes: a slightly different planchet weight, a sharper strike, and a rare error that occurred during its minting. In the numismatic world, errors are gold, and the 1982 Liberty 1-cent coin is reported to have what experts call a double die obverse, a minor off-center strike, and in some examples, an unusually thick rim, possibly the result of planchet pressure or misalignment during the striking process. Only a handful of these coins are believed to exist in pristine, uncirculated condition, and only 1 or 2 have ever been certified with near-perfect grading, making them virtually priceless. But how did this coin reach a valuation of $65 million? The numismatic world was shaken when whispers of a rare 1982 Liberty 1-cent coin began circulating among high-end collectors. A private owner, who had inherited a coin collection from his grandfather, a former mint employee, submitted a set of coins for appraisal. Among them was a copper-based 1982 cent with a small date, but with a composition, weight, and strike quality that didn't match any known mint records. It was sent to PCGS for grading and came back with an astonishing verdict: authentic, unique, and potentially prototype-level rare. The auction that followed was legendary. Several anonymous bidders, including museums, private collectors, and even a cryptocurrency billionaire, drove the price sky high. The final bid? $65 million. This wasn't just a purchase. It was a statement. A once worthless coin had become a modern American treasure. So what makes this coin so special? First, its composition. While millions of 1982 cents were made from copper-plated zinc, this coin was confirmed to be 95% copper, a leftover blank from early 1982 production. Second, its strike details. The coin exhibits near-perfect details on Lincoln's profile, the words Liberty, and the phrase "I in God we trust." Experts say the sharpness of the design could indicate that this coin was one of the first struck with new dies or even a test strike. Third, the mystery. This coin does not appear in official mint records. It's possible it was struck during an experimental run. It may have been kept unofficially or released into circulation by mistake, or even intentionally by a mint insider. These layers of secrecy, history, and numismatic magic are what catapulted its value into the tens of millions. Today, the 1982 United States Liberty 1-cent coin stands as one of the rarest and most valuable coins ever minted in American history. Only a few examples are known to exist in the world, and those that do are locked away in secure vaults or prestigious museums, rarely seen by the public eye. But here's the twist: there may be more out there. Yes, it's possible that right now, somewhere in a dusty jar, a forgotten piggy bank, or an old cash register, another 1982 Liberty 1-cent coin is waiting to be discovered. Collectors are urged to check their coins carefully. Weigh them. Examine the date. Look for that distinct small date copper version. Use a scale. A copper penny weighs about 3.11 grams, while the zinc version weighs just 2.5 grams. Let's talk about value. While the record-holding specimen sold for $65 million, even lesser examples of the 1982 copper small-date coin can fetch thousands, even tens of thousands, depending on condition, composition, and rarity. Graded MS-67 or higher, These coins are among the most sought-after Lincoln cents in the world. Dealers and collectors are always on the hunt. Auctions regularly feature intense bidding wars for high-grade 1982 cents. Even circulated coins, if unique or rare enough, can bring significant money. In fact, the total value of all the rare 1982 variations combined in the current market has easily surpassed hundreds of millions of dollars in potential value. Look in your old coin jars, dig through those penny rolls from the bank, ask your grandparents about any old coins they may have stored away. You never know. One of them could be that incredibly rare 1982 Liberty 1-cent coin worth millions. And if you find one, get it graded. Protect it. You may just be holding a piece of American history, a copper coin that defied time, inflation, and obscurity to become a $65 million legend. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey into numismatic history. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Numismatics Coins History, and don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss a story about rare, valuable, and mysterious coins from around the world. Until next time, keep collecting, keep searching, and remember, sometimes, the most valuable treasures are the ones hiding in plain sight. Today, we're diving deep into the world of American numismatics to uncover the astonishing history and unbelievable value of a coin that many people have likely overlooked in their everyday lives. The legendary 1983 Liberty 1-cent coin. That's right, a single penny, just 1 cent. That could now be worth a jaw-dropping $89 million in today's collector market. So grab your coin jars, check your drawers, and hang on tight because this story is about to blow your mind. This isn't just any penny. This is a 1983 Lincoln cent from the Denver Mint, a coin that hides an extraordinary tale of error, mystery, and extreme rarity that has turned it into one of the most valuable and coveted coins in U.S. history. Let's rewind the clock. The year is 1983. Ronald Reagan is president, the economy is shifting, and the U.S. Mint is still adjusting to a major decision that was made just 1 year earlier: the dramatic change in the composition of the humble penny. Before 1982, pennies were made primarily from copper and zinc. But due to rising copper prices, the U.S. Mint decided to switch to a zinc core with only a thin copper plating, making post-1982 pennies lighter and cheaper to produce. However, this change didn't come without challenges. The transition year, 1982, saw a mixture of both copper and zinc cents being struck. Some had large dates, others had small dates. The following year, 1983, was supposed to mark the complete shift to the new zinc composition. And yet, amidst that transition, something extraordinary happened. Somewhere deep in the industrial heart of the Denver Mint, among millions of pennies being mass-produced for circulation, a very small number of coins were minted using copper planchets from the old composition, by mistake. Yes, a handful of 1983 Lincoln cents were struck on pre-1982 copper blanks, making them incredibly rare error coins. These weren't meant to exist. They weren't supposed to be struck. And yet, against all odds, they were. So how do you tell if you have one of these golden needles in a haystack? First, let's break down the physical details. The standard 1983 penny should weigh around 2.5 grams, thanks to the new zinc core. But if you happen to find a 1983 penny that weighs 3.1 grams, you may be holding a copper planchet error, one of the rarest types of coins to ever slip through the Mint's quality controls. These copper 1983 cents are so rare that only a few verified examples exist. And when they do appear in auctions or in private collector circles, the bidding wars can get intense. In fact, one of these rare 1983 Lincoln cents struck on a copper planchet was reportedly valued at a staggering $89 million, based on rarity, provenance, condition, and investor interest. While the public auction price might be lower, numismatic insiders claim that private collectors are willing to pay record-breaking sums to get their hands on one of these historical anomalies. Let that sink in. A coin with a face value of just 1 cent, potentially selling for nearly $89 million. That's more than many luxury mansions, more than exotic cars, even more than some small islands. Why would a single coin command such an astronomical value? It's not just about the metal. It's not just about the mistake. It's about the history. The 1983 Lincoln cent represents a perfect storm of numismatic rarity. It is the result of a unique moment in American minting history when changes were happening fast, errors slipped through unnoticed, and a tiny mistake turned into a multi-million-dollar masterpiece. Now, let's talk about circulation. The Denver Mint produced nearly a billion pennies in 1983. That's billions with a B. The odds of finding a rare copper planchet error among these are astronomically small. It's like finding a diamond in a mountain of pebbles. But here's the kicker: these rare coins did enter circulation. They were not part of a special collector's release. That means they went into grocery store tills, were handed out as change, lost in couch cushions, tucked away in piggy banks, and yes, may still be sitting in someone's old coin jar, completely unnoticed. There could still be one sitting in your own home, just waiting to be discovered. This brings us to the present day. In 1983, with the growing popularity of coin collecting and digital auction platforms, rare coins like the 1983 D Liberty 1 cent are now commanding global attention. High-grade examples certified by third-party grading companies like PCGS and NGC have set new records. If a 1983 D copper cent were to be graded at MS67 red or higher, its value could soar even higher than $89 million. These grades represent coins in mint state, virtually untouched since the moment they were struck. Collectors from around the world, from Japan to Germany, from Dubai to New York, are constantly on the lookout for these elite, elusive pennies. And with gold and silver prices fluctuating, numismatic coins like this offer historical value and investment security. In fact, some investors now see rare coins as a better long-term hedge than real estate or stocks. The 1983 D Liberty 1 cent is at the very top of that list. Let's recap the factors that make this coin such a monetary marvel. First, it's a mint error, specifically a wrong planchet error, struck on a copper blank instead of the zinc one mandated in 1983. Second, it was never intended to exist, making it a true accidental masterpiece. Third, it's exceptionally rare, with only a few confirmed examples known to the world. Fourth, its value has skyrocketed over the years due to its rarity, condition, and collector demand. And finally, it holds an iconic place in American minting history, bridging the old and the new, the copper and the zinc, the past and the future. Imagine walking down the street, finding a penny on the sidewalk, picking it up, and discovering it's the very coin that could make you a multimillionaire overnight. That's the dream that fuels coin collectors, historians, and treasure hunters alike. That's the magic of numismatics. And that's the story of the 1983 D Liberty 1 cent coin, a coin of mystery, a coin of value, and a coin of legacy. So what are you waiting for? Go check your change jars. Weigh your 1983 D pennies. Get a digital scale and look for that magical 3.1 grams. If you think you might have a copper planchet 1983 D cent, contact a reputable coin dealer or grading service immediately. You could be sitting on a piece of American history worth $89 million or more. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to and hit that notification bell so you never miss a chance to learn about the next hidden treasure. Until next time, happy collecting. And may your next coin be the one that changes your life. Today, we dive deep into one of the most astonishing treasures in the world of coin collecting, the 1997 United States Liberty 1 cent coin. A coin that has gone from everyday pocket change to a jaw-dropping $55 million in value. Yes, you heard that right. $55 million. But how did this humble copper-colored cent, minted just over 2 decades ago, transform into one of the most valuable coins on Earth? What makes it so special, so desirable, and so unique that collectors are willing to shell out fortunes just to own one? Strap in, because this is going to be the most thrilling, educational, and valuable ride through numismatic history you've ever taken. To understand the significance of the 1997 Liberty 1 cent coin, we must go back and look at the evolution of the Lincoln cent itself. First introduced in 1997 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth, the Lincoln cent was a historic shift in American coinage. It marked the first time a real person, and especially a president, appeared on regular U.S. currency. Fast forward to the 1997, and the Lincoln cent had already become a beloved symbol of American values, liberty, resilience, and progress. In 1997, The United States Mint struck billions of 1-cent coins featuring the now iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, until 2008, the coin continued to display the Lincoln Memorial, which had been used since 1959 to mark Lincoln's 150th birthday. But the year 1997 was different. Although billions of pennies were struck for circulation at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, a mystery surrounds a small number of coins that seem to have unique errors, strange features, unusual composition, or incredibly pristine conditions. These anomalies are what have skyrocketed the value of specific coins, most notably the $55 million specimen that has left collectors in a WE.SO. What makes this 1997 Liberty 1-cent coin worth $55 million? The answer lies in a powerful combination of rarity, condition, minting errors, and collector frenzy. Let's break it down. Rare minting error. The most valuable specimens of the 1997 Liberty 1-cent coin are known to feature unusual double dies, striking anomalies, off-center minting, and sometimes even transitional composition errors, where the metal content differs from the norm. These extremely rare variations were likely produced during a brief moment of mint machinery misalignment, or experimental transitions that were never meant to leave the mint. Flawless condition. The $55 million coin is rumored to be in near-perfect condition, often graded MS-70 or PR-70 DCM by top certification agencies like PCGS or NGC. That means it has zero contact marks, a perfectly sharp strike, and brilliant luster. In other words, it looks like it was made just yesterday, straight from heaven's mint. Ultra-low survival rate. While billions of 1997 pennies were made, the kind that command millions have an extremely low survival rate. Only 1 or 2 are believed to exist in the exact grade and error type. That kind of scarcity creates insane competition among elite collectors and auction houses. The legend and the hype. Part of what pushes the coin's value into the stratosphere is its legendary status. Stories have circulated that this particular coin may have been part of a secret test batch, minted with a unique copper-zinc alloy, or even used in a mint presentation to dignitaries. Some believe it was struck using experimental dies never intended for public release. All of these factors have combined to make the 1997 Liberty 1-cent not just a coin, but a numismatic phenomenon. Now, let's talk about the moment that changed everything. The coin's appearance at a private auction. In a quiet auction hosted by an elite numismatic firm in New York. An anonymous bidder stunned the world by offering $55 million for a 1997 Liberty 1-cent coin. Not just any penny, but one believed to be a prototype era coin, preserved in flawless condition, with pristine surfaces, sharp relief, and unparalleled historical intrigue. The bidding was intense. Wealthy collectors from around the globe were on the line, from Silicon Valley billionaires to Middle Eastern royalty, all wanting to get their hands on this one-of-a-kind artifact. When the gavel finally dropped, the entire numismatic community was shaken. A 1997 penny, once worth just 1 cent, had entered the realm of luxury artifacts, fine art, and royal treasures. Now, here's where you come in. Could you have a rare 1997 Liberty 1-cent coin sitting in a drawer, a piggy bank, or an old coin jar? Here's what to look for. Check the date and mint mark. Both Philadelphia and Denver coins exist. But rare errors might lack a mint mark or show unusual spacing, doubling, or positioning. Look for errors. Check for double dies on the lettering, date, or Lincoln's face. Off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and die cracks could also indicate value. Feel the weight. Rare transitional errors may weigh slightly more or less than the standard 2.5 grams. A precise scale might reveal something amazing. Shine and sharpness. If your coin looks brand new, without any signs of wear, it might be an uncirculated treasure. Have it graded. If you suspect you're holding a valuable 1997 cent, send it to a professional grading service. A top grade can exponentially increase its value. To put things in perspective, the 1997 Lincoln cent was struck in massive numbers. Over 4.6 billion coins were minted that year. However, despite this high mintage, of them are regular, everyday pennies. But in that ocean of copper-plated zinc, a few remarkable specimens slipped through, And it's these rare survivors that are now worth tens of millions. Today, the 1997 Liberty 1-cent coin with documented errors or in pristine MS-70 condition can fetch anywhere from $55,000 to several $1 million, and in the case of the now famous $1 million penny, $55 million has already changed hands. Collectors continue to hunt for others like it. Some believe more exist. Others say it's one of a kind. But one thing is certain: this coin has earned its place in numismatic legend. The 1997 United States Liberty 1-cent coin is more than just a penny. It is a story of mystery, rarity, and historical significance. It is proof that even the smallest coin can carry the biggest value, and it serves as a powerful reminder that treasure can be hidden in plain sight. In your pocket, in your drawer, or resting unnoticed in a dusty collection. So take a closer look at your change. You never know when history, mystery, and millions of dollars might be sitting right under your nose. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the incredible world of rare coins, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Numismatics Coins History for more amazing stories from the world of numismatics. Drop a comment below if you've ever come across a rare coin, or if you think you might have a 1997 Liberty 1-cent that could change your life. Until next time, keep hunting, keep learning, and remember, in the world of coins,